Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, March 29th, and this is the Daily Fantasy 5, where we bring you the 5 things you need to know today in the world of fantasy sports. Before we get started, let's talk about our sponsor today, www.mathradio.com, where you can go to get your child ages 7 through 17 a online math course for as little as $9.99. See their grades increase, test scores rise, and you can even get them into college. Once again, that is www.mathradio.com. Okay, so today's 5 stories, we've got a lot. Opening day in baseball was yesterday. I'm not going to get into the baseball yet. Let me take the weekend, digest what I see, and then we can talk about baseball on Monday. But for now, let's stick with basketball and football. We had some news come down in the NFL. So there's a trade between the Eagles and the Bears. The Eagles landed Jordan Howard for only a sixth-round draft pick that could become a fifth-round pick depending on how Jordan does. But really, that's nothing. Yet another reason why you shouldn't pay running backs in the NFL and why you shouldn't be drafting running backs with a first round pick. Jordan Howard is only 24 years old. He has rushed for 1,000 yards in 2 of his 3 seasons in the NFL. I think he can be a great running back on the Eagles. I haven't done my running back ranks yet, but he's certainly going to be a top 20 running back, no question. Can he get into the top 10? I don't know, probably not, but he's certainly a valuable number 2 running back without a doubt, especially on the Eagles versus the Bears, where he wasn't really being used properly. So this is big news for Jordan Howard owners. If you own him in a dynasty league, maybe with a lot of keepers, it's possible. But I would certainly be thumbs up on Jordan Howard's stock if you are a fantasy owner. Okay, let's move on, and we're going to go to the NBA. Our top story, of course, is the Giannis Antetokounmpo injury. The Greek Freak has again injured his ankle. So we talked earlier last week how I thought they might shut him down, for the remainder of the season. Now he's re-injured that ankle. It looks like I was right. They should have shut him down. He's injured again. You've got to have this guy healthy for the playoffs, or you are completely out of the picture. This team cannot survive without the Greek Freak. So I would not be shocked at all. There's 9 games left, maybe 8 that they have in the NBA season. I would sit him down for at least the next 2 weeks, have him come back for a game or two right before the playoffs, make sure he's ready to go, and then that's it. So if you own Giannis and you're in the fantasy playoffs right now, I would be nervous. There's not really much you can do. You can't replace this guy, but certainly don't start him on a daily fantasy team. Giannis will be out, I'm assuming, for a while. Let's move on to our next story. Story number 3. We have a story out of New York City. Kevin Knox and Dennis Smith Jr. were both back on the court for the Knicks. I thought they might shut down Knox for the season. Apparently, that's not the case. They both played last night. They might be cheap enough that they have value on a day-to-day basis going forward on FanDuel or whatever site you're using. Just be careful. Monitor their minutes because the Knicks don't want to win games, but somebody has to play and somebody has to score. If you can get one of these guys for, $3,500, $4,000, it might be worthwhile in a big tournament on FanDuel. Okay, let's move on to Christian Woods from New Orleans. Christian Woods is absolutely killing it. It's his second 20-point game. He came out of nowhere. He was cut by the Bucks, I think, and now he's getting all kinds of playing time and producing. So you should be starting this guy in daily fantasy and picking him up if you still can for your normal leagues. He's been killing it. He should continue to score a lot of points, get a lot of rebounds. I trust in this Christian Woods. It's not like Lynn Sanity, but what can we call it? Wood Sanity? It doesn't really have a great ring to it, but Christian Woods, I believe he's a power forward. Get him in your lineups. What else do we have today? All right, we have our start sit for the NBA games tonight. I am starting Dennis Schroeder, right, versus Denver. Okay, he comes off the bench for Oklahoma City. He produces numbers. He gets minutes. He's only 5,400 tonight. I really like that against Denver, where it should be a high-scoring matchup. Now, what I really like is Schroeder in a big tournament. Okay, because he is a high variance player. Let me read you his last 5 games, the fantasy points that he scored. 27, 28, 44, 31, and 11. Right? A guy that's going for 5,400 points or $5,400 that can get you 40 points is unbelievable. That's like an 8 times multiplier. That can win you a tournament on any given night. So Schroeder is the type of player you want to start tonight in a big fantasy league. Now, if you're playing just one-on-one, I'm not sure he would be my guy of choice. But for a big league, he's a good pick for like a boom or bust candidate. Okay, a player I don't want to start tonight is Kyrie Irving. Right, he's coming off an injury where he bruised his thigh. He was kind of a surprise sit on Wednesday. If he even plays tonight, how many minutes is he going to get? He's going against Indiana, which is a notoriously good defensive team. He costs $10,000. I wouldn't go for him tonight. I would be benching Kyrie Irving if I have a better option, and most people do. As far as my NCAA tournament picks goes, I'm going to pick Houston tonight. They're getting the plus 2.5. All right. We worked out well yesterday, made some money. Hopefully, we can make some money today. Hopefully, it's another close game or Houston blows them out. That would work for me. Kentucky hasn't been all that impressive this tournament. So I'm taking Houston plus 2.5. I like that little hook. Maybe they lose by 2 at the end of the game. That'll work for us. All right. So Houston plus 2.5. That's all I have for the NCAA tournament. We won yesterday. Didn't do so well the day before, but let's not talk about that. All right. So that'll do it today for the Daily Fantasy 5. Be sure to visit our sponsor, www.mathradio.com, to pick up an online math course for as little as $9.99. And tune back in tomorrow. We'll have another Daily Fantasy 5, even though it's Saturday. And you go ahead and like our page, subscribe to our channel, leave us a rating and review. Do all the things I always ask you to do at the end of the show. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.